A very good morning to all of you. Myself, Dr. J.J. Mahendru, Department of Chemistry, DAV College, Amritsar. I am going to start with a new topic in chemistry today, and the name of the topic is stereochemistry. Now, the first question arises, what is stereochemistry? Stereochemistry is a very important branch of organic chemistry, and we can define stereochemistry as it is the branch of chemistry that deal with the study of stereoisomers. So if we are to deal with stereochemistry, we should understand what are stereoisomers. Now, since there is a name given isomers over here, that means stereoisomers are a type of isomers. So first of all, we should understand what are isomers. Isomers are the compounds having same molecular formula but different physical or chemical properties. So we can define isomers as isomers, they are having same molecular formula but different physical or chemical properties. Different physical or chemical properties. So these are known as isomers. Basically, whenever there is some sort of a change in the molecule, their physical or chemical properties may vary, and that is known as isomer. And this phenomena is known as isomerism. Now basically, isomerism are of two types. First is structural isomerism, and second is stereoisomerism. First is structural isomerism and the second is stereoisomerism. And since we are to deal with stereochemistry, we will say that stereochemistry is the branch of science that deal with stereoisomerism. Not only stereoisomerism, but stereochemical aspects of chemical reactions. Now, first of all, we should know what is structural isomerism. Here, the compounds have same molecular formula, but they possess different structures. The compounds, they have same molecular formula, but they have different structures, and due to the difference in their structures, their physical or chemical properties may vary. So they form a subclass of isomerism or isomers, and they are called structural isomers, and this phenomena is known as structural isomerism. So the first question arises, what are structural isomers? Now the structural isomers are those isomers which have same molecular formula but different structure. Since they have different structure, the main reason for the difference in physical and chemical properties that they have different structure. Now if we study these structural isomers and variation in the structure, even if they are having same molecular formula, we find that they are further of 6 types. Now structural isomers are further of 6 types. The first type in this category is chain isomerism or chain isomers. As the name indicates, you know that organic compounds contain carbon, and carbon has a unique property of catenation, due to which it can form long chains and branches. So if we classify these isomers as chain isomers, so they will be having same molecular formula but differ in the length of carbon chain. Since organic compounds, they are made up of carbon chains, so if the length of a chain is variable in a compound, we call it as chain isomers. For example, we can have N-butane and isobutane. Both N-butane and isobutane, they have same molecular formula C4H10. but they can be represented in two forms. One is with a chain of 4 carbon atom, the linear chain of 4 carbon atom, and that is known as N-butane. And if we are having 1 carbon in a branch, it is known as isobutane. Now, second type in this category, you may see that in this case the length of the carbon chain, the principal chain of the organic compound, is 4 carbon atoms, and here we are having 3 carbon in the chain and 1 carbon as a branch. Second isomerism is position isomerism or position isomers. What are position isomers? These are the compounds which have same molecular formula, but they differ in the position of a group in the chain. Mind this thing. You should keep this thing in mind, that in case of position isomer, the length of carbon atom chain does not change. It is only the position of a group or a function group that may vary, and we call these isomers as position isomers. Let us see CH3, CH2, CH double bond, CH2. How many carbon atoms are there in the chain? 4. And what is the position of the double bond? The position of the double bond is first position. So I call it as but1ene. But in case of the second compound with the same molecular formula, you see that the formula of the compound is C4H8. I have shifted the double bond to the next carbon atom. So now the position of my double bond is but2ene. So both the compound, they are possessing the same length of carbon chain, but they are differing in the position of the double bond. Such isomers, they are known as position isomers. They are known as position isomers. Now we can classify further the third type of isomerism. Now this third type of isomerism is functional isomerism. Now what is functional isomerism? Functional isomerism is that type of isomerism in which the compounds, they differ in the nature of a functional group. You know that organic compound is characterized by the presence of a group known as function group, because function group is that part of the molecule which defines the chemical properties of a compound. So if we are having compounds with the same molecular formula but they are having different function group, we call them as functional isomers. For example, so what will happen here? Same molecular formula but they differ in nature of functional group. For example, alcohols and ethers, they are functional isomers. CH3, CH2, OH. This is ethanol and it is an alcohol. And I can write this compound as also CH3O, CH3. That is dimethyl ether. It possesses the same formula but they are having different function group. One is having a OH function group, the other is having the ether function group. So that's why such compounds, they are known as functional isomers. So chain isomers, position isomers and functional isomers. Fourth type is metamers or metamerism. Now metamers are the isomers and metamerism is the phenomena. Now what are these metamers? Metamers are the compounds which are having same molecular formula but they differ from one another in nature of alkyl group around either side of a functional group. So they are the compounds having same molecular formula, but they differ from one another in the nature of alkyl group around the side of either side of a functional group. So these type of isomers, they are shown by secondary amines, ethers and thioethers. So let me take an example, CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3, and I can have a compound O, CH2, CH2, CH3. So this is diethyl ether and this is methyl and propyl ether. You see that ether is the group. On left hand side of the group I am having ethyl, on right hand side I am having ethyl in the first compound, and in the second compound on the left hand side I am having methyl, and on the right hand side I am having the propyl group. So that's why I say that these are the compounds, they are having same molecular formula but they differ in the nature of alkyl group on either side of the functional group. Apart from that, we are having another type, fifth type, and that is known as ring chain isomerism. Now as the name indicates, ring chain isomers are those isomers which have same molecular formula but they have a relation in such a way that one of the compound is a cyclic compound and the second compound is an open chain compound. So let me say that same molecular formula but one compound is ring compound, the other compound is an open chain compound. So let us suppose I am having the formula C3H6. I can have two structures, either an open chain propene or a cyclopropane. So I am having chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional isomerism, metamerism, ring chain isomerism, and last but not the least is tautomerism. Now tautomerism is a special type of isomerism. It is a different class of isomerism and it requires a separate lecture to understand tautomerism. But here we are just introducing the things. So tautomerism, it is a special isomerism, and in this case the isomers are in dynamic equilibrium. The isomers are in dynamic equilibrium. That means one isomer is getting converted into the other and the other is converted back to the first one. So how does this conversion happens? This happens due to the migration of an atom. In tautomerism we talk about 1,3 migration of hydrogen atom, and this happens in ketoenol tautomerism. But in stereoisomerism, when we explain stereoisomers or stereoisomerism, we find that stereoisomers have same molecular formula because they are a type of isomerism, and the basic condition for isomerism is that we should have same molecular formula. But they also have same structure formula. The basic structure formula is same, because if that is different then they should be in the category called structural isomerism. Stereoisomerism, they contain the compounds called stereoisomers which have same molecular formula and same structure formula, but they differ in 3D arrangement of atoms or groups. So their structure will not change, but their spatial arrangement will change. There will be a change or variation in the 3D model of those molecules. So if we see the molecule in a three-dimensional form, we find that there will be a difference in the two, and that is known as stereoisomerism. And the branch of chemistry which deal with the study of stereoisomerism is known as stereochemistry. Now stereoisomerism is of three types. First is conformational isomerism, second is geometrical isomerism, and third is optical isomerism. Conformational isomerism, geometrical isomerism, and optical isomerism. Now in conformational isomerism, what happens? The 3D arrangement changes due to rotation around carbon-carbon single bond. So if the molecule is having a carbon-carbon single bond and the groups are attached to it, and if we rotate it, because the energy is available for rotation, then the groups attached to the two atoms, they can have close arrangement or they can have far arrangement. So that's why their 3D arrangement will change, and such a isomerism, such a type of isomerism is known as conformational isomerism. Then comes geometrical isomerism. It happens in those molecules which contain double bonds. And the most common type of geometrical isomerism is cis-trans isomerism. When two identical groups are on the same side of the double bond, we call it as cis isomer, and if it is on the opposite side of the double bond, we call it as the trans isomer. So the two X groups are on the same side of the double bond, it will be cis and other will be trans. We will be dealing with in detail of these type of stereoisomers in the next lecture. So conformational isomerism and geometrical isomerism. Then comes optical isomerism. This is again a special type of isomerism. Here we classify molecules on the basis of their interaction with plane polarized light. So what happens in optical isomerism is that we make the solution of a compound and we pass plane polarized light from it. Now plane polarized light is that light which is having orientations only in, or you can say vibrations only in one plane. So if the orientation or vibration is only in one plane, when that light passes through the organic compound, if our organic compound is optically active, it will definitely change the direction of their vibration. Let us suppose our compound is optically inactive. We pass the light, the vibration will not change. So we call it optically inactive compound. But if the direction of the light is, direction of vibration of light is changed, we call these molecules to be optically active. And optically active substances, they always exist as optical isomers, which means they can either rotate light toward right hand side or left hand side. So the isomers which have same molecular formula but they differ in their behavior toward plane polarized light, such that one isomer is rotating the light toward right hand side or clockwise, that is known as dextroisomer, and the other isomer is rotating the light toward left hand side, that is known as the levoisomer. So these are three major type of stereoisomers. In this session we have discussed about isomerism and types of isomerism, in which we have studied that isomerism is basically of two types, the structural isomerism and the stereoisomerism. Structural isomerism deals with the structural changes in the molecule, and the stereoisomerism deals with the stereochemistry of the molecule. So in the next session we will deal with the stereoisomers in detail. I hope you are able to understand the basic introduction about isomerism in organic compound. Thank you very much.